different social media channels. So today is a very special webinar, and I'm so honored and blessed that Bharti ji agreed. She is the founder and owner of Soul's Voice, and I have been using her oils since almost 6 months to a year, and it's amazing. I met her at one of the exhibitions here in the US, and we just exchanged our thoughts, and then we started working together. And I understood, and when I had a conversation, I she told me that she is also a cancer survivor and she never took any conventional therapies. And I was so fascinated about, there was that our connection, and I was so fascinated, what is she doing and what was her uh, her mode of treating herself, etc. And she told me that, I told her, I use doTERRA, which is supposed to be very, very best. I thought that the best essential oils, but she told me that no, use mine. I did not believe her, but once I started using her oils, I don't think so. I'm going back to doTERRA because it's amazing. And believe me, the I have been giving these oils here to my clients in India, and they just love her oils. Like, the you just smell it and you know that it's quality. It's all about quality, and I like people who work with quality. They give their heart and soul, and she is one person. She's she's not only a herbalist, but she's a healer. She's worked with so many royal families. She still helps. She's a also a very good astrologer and a spirit healer, a spirit communicator. So I want to understand, Bharti ji, in short, आपकी journey. How did you come into this field, and what inspired you to create a brand like Soul's Voice? If you could just let us in your and describe your journey for our listeners, and let me know, and then we can start, asking you questions about Soul's Voice and different blends which you have created.
Sure, Shruti, thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I hope I'm visible clear.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for inviting me here, Shruti. And I have to actually, appreciate about your dedication with all the natural stuffs, which you also, highly recommend to people, knowing that how man-made chemicals can not help and can help in certain area, though I'm not here to talk about anything else, but yet anything which is plant-based, anything which comes out of a plant is, I would call it, a wisdom coming into your hands when it is essential oils. That is how I perceive, that is how the results show up. So my journey started when I was going through, the ups and downs of my health, which Shruti has already mentioned, though it's no more my reality. And it's been almost 20 years now. I'm hale and hearty, shining sunshine in front of you. And God has been very kind. And all this while, what has happened that I could understand very clearly the more pure form we use, the better for us, because nowadays everything is processed. Everything is, most of the things are packed in, carbonated gases, and most of the things are, what we get in the market is not that natural. So, coming out of that space, those conventional ways of eating is no more now. People will switch to it. Now people are getting little aware and conscious after the whole, tornado of illnesses and diseases everybody has come up with past these years. But still, I personally feel the more pure we use, unadulterated, things are much better for a human body to absorb. So my journey was like this, that I was born in a family where everything was about herbs. I mean, we come from a space, I belong to Amritsar, which is in Punjab in India. So, when my dad used to come home, so I could, out of his clothes, I could sniff that they have dealt in this particular herb today. So it's like it was so much into my system. But yes, Ayurveda, naturopathy, they are very raw form of using plant-based therapies, very raw form. And nowadays nobody has the patience. And even at that time, when I was under the process of my well-being, when I was focusing on, I went through the entire process of naturopathy, honestly speaking, and sometimes Ayurveda as well. But eventually, I shifted to oils. Why? Because oils were the simplest and the most effective part when it comes to the healing at the emotional level.
Okay.
And everything surfaces from the emotional level. Any issue surfaces. Physical body pay, it comes very late, very late. So many times I get cases when people tell me it's fourth stage, it's third stage, it's second stage. Not that can't be cured. That can be cured. Where we barge into is the emotional body. Right? So I'm sure if I'm talking all this, most of the people now know how to handle their bodies. Plants are, I think, my perceiving says that plant-based therapies are not just fragrances, especially essential oils. It's energy medicine, and that is what is people looking for. Everything is energy. We all are aware about, and trust me, anything which is liquefied in a bottle in the purest form is what we call as essential oil. So that potion is a magical potion. Of course, it has logic and science, undoubtedly, but still, I strongly believe there is nothing pure than essential oils, and it just takes about 60 seconds to go into your bloodstream. It's that instantaneous. When nobody wants to do any kind of hard work on their cells because that
Right.
they land up into cancer issues, right? When we don't love our body, we abuse
Right.
the body, we do not listen to the body, we land
Right.
into any terminal illness because that's the way the body tells you. The minutest of the fever, the body tells you, oh, this something is wrong with you, rest, take a break,
Mhm.
take a
Yes.
but we just don't listen to the body. So this is how things pop up, and then we land up into all inflammation in the body, and then later on, that not taking care of yourself leads to. I mean, I would not like to name anything here because this is a very, very sensitive area when we talk about diseases and illnesses. But yes, I think it makes sense whether it is hormones, whether it is inflammation in the body, or anything which is not making you feel comfortable. I mean, this is how I perceive this. So my journey went like this that I landed into essential oils, I think almost about 20 years back. And I
20 years. Wow. That's a
And I was working on myself for pretty long with all my clients all across the globe. Of course, I did come into the branding, I think about 4, 5 years back, because I wanted to reach out to more and more people so that people
right.
know this exists. And I'm very grateful for you that you've invited me today. And I'm sure people are going to, learn so much about this as the questions and the energy of this, recording goes. So, what kind of information you desire to know, let me know, and I'm there for you.
Sure. Thank you so much for your sharing such a powerful journey. You're always so full of energy and vitality. It just gives me energy, with talking to you always. Uh, so, of course, how I like to work and how I like to even share knowledge and wisdom is giving the reality, as you said, the truth about you, the truth about the physical mind and your emotional body. Everything is connected, your body, mind, soul. And what I liked about your brand was how was the processing and how did you really bought all the ingredients together, blended together, and heal with your therapeutic healings. You made this blends, and it's just not only, I think, about the physical body, but also curing the mind, which is so important. And people often, in conventional word, people don't go to the root cause. So I'm going to obviously this session is going to be very informative, very basic about essential oils. First of all, you touched upon this very important aspect about what are essential oils. They are actually plant based, they are derived plant based. If you could go through how they are made, like the distillation process, as you were mentioning to me once, how are they made, how are they manufactured, what goes into it, and if you could just give us one two blends as an example, how have you created those blends? What is the philosophy behind? So, in if you could just take us through all that.
Let's go one by one. Now, there are three stages of essential oils. Everybody perceives in their own way. So, first stage is when we pick up A grade crop, we cultivate it and we pick up a great crop. Even if we don't desire to cultivate and have so much of bandwidth of getting into the organic, farming of a particular product. Supposedly lavender. Very simple. Let's take the basics one. So what happens? What I choose is to come up with the first grade. There are three grades, right? A, B, C. A grade is something which is only the purest form of essential oils.
Okay.
Okay. And we would always like to go in for the first crop. And there can be distillation, there can be decoction, and few oils, they're natural oils, okay? You don't need to put your emphasis, you don't need to emphasize on they have oil in there like almond as a base oil. It is a natural oil. So many oils are natural oils. But some oils like lemon or maybe lemongrass that goes through the distillation process. So there are many differences when it comes to the part of using them. What we pick up is the essence after distillation, checking which is meant for which purpose. We use it that way, right? So there is a whole process of going through the manufacturing part. And when it comes to us, not that people don't come to us with different samples, but what we look upon is only the grade A crop and first crop because that's the purest form. And when it comes to the testing, of course, it goes through the entire testing process. And if it is not grade A, for example, seeing the quality of the product, we probably do not buy the product. बहुत कुछ waste भी होता है. I mean, I don't know if I have to speak in English or no. I know what kind of clients are showing up in this. Or do I just conversate in Hindi or English?
No, you can do it in Hindi, English, both, as you wish.
Okay. So what we prefer is, Shruti, that if the first grade crop is not being delivered to us, we do not buy the product. Because my purpose is not fragrance here. My purpose is healing to the core level. Because 99.9% our emotions are not ours. We pick it up from people around us, situations around us.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yes, yes. We are a walking, talking empath. All of us. So suddenly one fine day when we come to know, oh, I'm going through this, the doctors have given me this diagnosis. I mean, where did it come from? So many times it's not even ours. We pick
Mm-hmm.
from other people's realities, other people's pains, other people's pathways.
Mm-hmm.
So we work on the core level. And core level, how we work on the core level, I see, understand, even one whiff of essential oil, one whiff, I'm sorry, can change your brain chemistry in 60 seconds.
Oh, wow.
It's that fast. Intravenous also takes time.
Right. It takes 2 hours,
It
two
takes
to
two
three.
hours.
Yeah.
So this is just 60 seconds because body is the largest organ, right? Skin is the largest body organ. When it penetrates right into it and it just goes into the limbic system directly into your bloodstream and the whole function starts. It's very instant, very instant. So this is how we process the system of essential oils. Of course, there are different combinations that plants also have different categories. So oils come out of the roots. Okay, they come out of there are raisins. We have oils from the raisins. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
frankincense and myrrh are raisins, and
Right.
sandalwood, rosewood. These are all woody root oils. Okay, and then
Right.
flowers, and then we have fruits, then we have leaves. all all category of a plant will give you different kind of oils from each and every part of the plant. Flowers will have
Hmm.
different oils. Flowers will work with your hormonal, imbalance and balances. Leafy work entirely. See, I'll tell you, how does a tree originate? If you visualize about a tree, the mapping of a tree is exactly what you have in your lungs.
Right.
So all leafy vegetable, all leafy, जितना भी oil है leafy, वो सारा का सारा is meant for your, circulatory system, your air element, right? So this is how we work. And flowers, I just mentioned, and fruits, like they don't work on your hormonal imbalance. Fruits work on your peppiness, your brightness, you know. I mean, every plant has at least 6 to 7 responses, and this particular line is such a good line. If you It's very vast. Why? Because यहाँ कुछ भी waste नहीं होता. Everything is used.
Yeah. I sense a bit of Ayurvedic elements also it when you were talking about the air element and the fire and maybe
Of
am I
course.
right?
Yes, yes. It's not about Ayurvedic. It's about 5 elements here.
Yeah,
Why? Because our body is just made of these 5 elements, right?
right,
So every organ is connected to certain elements. So when I prescribe personally, when our cancer blends, which I've been curating, those blends work so well with your emotional self, so well that it's उस time तो इंसान इतना टूटा होता है कि उसको समझ ही नहीं आता, because he's just seeing a close encounter with the transition where he or she will not even understand कि transition क्या है. उसको तो ये लग रहा है I'm leaving, the whole world is devastated, right?
yeah,
We only work on the in our blends, we work only on the emotional well-being first. Stable hote hi things shift, they shift drastically. And you know what, trust me, in Ayurveda, if you go to good Ayurvedic doctor, they will just check your pulse, that's all. They'll not listen to you, and the pulse is the route to your gut. That will
right.
give you, and the whole problem is in the gut. Nothing here and nothing there. Gut,
Yeah,
gut.
that's the basic priority of Ayurvedic principle.
It's not about
Heal.
Ayurveda here, rest assured. I'm talking about the Ayush, whether you, even for, Unani medicines, even for naturopathy, everybody caters the gut, because
Right,
gut is the energy center. It is the epicenter of any disease. So
right,
even if the blends we've given to you for cancer patients, we work on the part where the cells are activated. We work on the part where, emotional factor is considered. We work on the part where gut is considered. So everything has to be taken into consideration. So,
right.
okay. And as far as our blends are concerned, so there are different combinations. I would suggest do not use direct essential oils on your body, because they have their own parameters of, they're very dry in nature. So if you are aware of it, reach out to you, Shruti, and then ask them to, how.
When you say do not apply directly on the body, so you have certain blends like Happy Gut, and Sweet
That
Dream.
with the base oil, right? Diffuser
Yeah.
oils are not supposed, they're very dry in nature.
Yeah. So you have a different collection, right? You have a diffuser collection and you have a application.
Certainly.
Yeah. So what is the difference between, as you say, what one should pick up? Should one pick up diffusers? And because diffuser also are like they smell great. Or one should pick up the application.
No, see, application is very good when it comes to your physical self and emotional self as well, healing for both. Wherein diffuser caters to the entire area where you're diffusing it. Application is for you. Diffuser is for the entire family, or maybe it is for people who are there. Maybe they're not able to sleep, and you can put on sweet dreams at night, and you can diffuse it. That
Right.
other people also, wherein if you use application, then that caters to your own body and being.
Right. Right. I think it's very important. I wanted to always ask you this question about purification of the air. Does do essential oils, because pollution is there, and a lot of people are facing asthma and cold and cough. Plus, especially living in India now, the pollution levels are just, nobody realizes it, but it's just going way above a limit, and which is harming them every day. Is there any collection they can use for immunity? Yes, yeah, breathe easy and stuff.
We have boost immunity. This really helps to, this really contributes to your lung and heart and your gut. It's very good. We have happy tummy here, and this really and breathe easy, of course, is one of the best products. And these all are mostly application products. But in case if somebody chooses to, use essential oils, if somebody is not going through the process of hypertension, then eucalyptus is a very good oil to diffuse in the house. It's a very good oil.
Okay, okay.
I just suggested leafy oils clear your lungs, and lungs
Right.
first, they encounter first and foremost, because everything which purifies through the lungs enters your bloodstream. Any infection, bacterial, viral, anything, lungs and then the gut, and then the suit follows. So we have this boost immunity as a product. It is very good for any kind of as a immunity booster. It works very well. I remember distinctly. I remember during the days when in India we were not having enough of cylinders, and people's oxygen levels were dropping, and there were no,
COVID time.
yeah, COVID times. It was bad, 2021. That time I can't even remember like how many porters I was sending in the entire day to Delhi NCR areas, because couriers were working then, but everything was very slow in process, and so many people were saved because of boost immunity.
Right,
So many,
right.
because see, understand one thing, we all we all are scared of death, and the fear which generates into our system attacks our gut.
Very interesting.
Many of the people did suffer at that time. It was like a bio war. I do not deny that. But they suffered because of fear also.
I know, I completely agree with this point, because the more the fear, the more the body goes into that flight and fight mode, the more the inflammation, and more chances of you getting more diseases and heart attacks and, even death, for sure.
So I will suggest everybody, whosoever is having issues, first set your gut. Gut is the epic center of every issue. So happy tummy work. I mean, I not that I'm talking about the medical fraternity here, but people who use happy tummy, they have stopped having antacids and pantacids and pentozolas. They do not use it, because pentozolas and पेंटोसिड्स के जो कॉम्बिनेशंस हैं, उनके जो केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशंस हैं, दे दैट वर्क्स ट्रेमेंडसली in the body and gives a churn, and your shins and your calves go for a toss.
Yeah,
You
there are a lot of implications of side effects of pantacids. गट को तो वो बहुत सिर्फ रोकता है, लाइक द एसिड को सिर्फ वो रोकता है, बट इट डजंट रियली क्योर लाइक द रूट कॉज व्हाई इज योर बॉडी मेकिंग दैट एक्सेस एसिड.
So when you use happy tummy, the blends in the happy tummy, like phenol and spearmint and two, three more blends which we use in happy tummy, like dill seeds, they not only work on your physical level. It's like so instantaneous. If they have acid issues, happy tummy works so tremendous with them that within, I think about, I would say about within 5 to 10 minutes, any pain it will subside. You don't even need to have a painkiller. It is that.
Right.
And people who use it regularly, morning, evening, um, trust me, I think after 2 months, they will not even require, because their tummy will get set. Because
Nice.
our products are not habit forming. We always say use it for almost about 60 to 90 days. After that, it's not required. 40, it takes, see, understand, 21 days, everybody will feel a small shift. But 41,
Right.
sure shift. You know why? Because there's a cycle of moon cycle where we all understand that we all in India, and of course, in the Western countries, everybody works with the moon cycle now. Of course,
Yeah.
और जैसे you remember हम लोग I used to hear it कि 41 days का चिलिया कर रहे हैं और हम ये कुछ छोड़ रहे हैं, हम ये छोड़ रहे हैं, 41 days is an evident shift. 90 days is a 360-degree shift. After that, you don't require the products because your system is set then. And
Yeah. I think I believe all this because even me, for me, 21 days is extremely important. Plus, even the supplements which we tell people to take, we tell them to take it for a space, like for 90 days, then just leave it. Sometimes they would require more, like vitamin D and B12 and stuff. But I think 90 days is a good way, and 41 days is also a good concept because I think from an emotional point of view, 41 days plays a
attention to understand what I'm trying to say. Our limbic system uh, works very fast with essential oils. It's not about our limbic system and essential oil. Limbic system is like the seat of emotions, right? When we get cravings, who craves? The limbic system. And we suddenly open up something and start popping in.
yeah.
Limbic system helps us to settle our only if we are aware souls, okay, aware body and being. Otherwise, we will keep hogging. We'll not even see what are good points and bad points about something which is not friendly. Body is not asking for it. I mean, first and foremost, I would like to tell everyone, please ask your body before you plunge into anything. Ask the body, would you like to eat this? Body, would you like to see this? Body, would you like to drink? Body, what would you like to eat today?
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, and other than that, when you get up in the morning, I would like to tell everyone, I started my journey in a way when I was diagnosed. And now also, when I get up in the morning, this is something in my personal experience. And I tell everybody who comes to me for sessions, personalized sessions or healings, and when you get up in the morning, I'm sure, Shruti, I wonder what you do when you get up in the morning. But still, I will tell you to follow this and see what difference. I mean, how orgasmic it is for the body to understand that you are loved, you are safe, wherein we all don't even realize that how this actually hampers the normal secretion of everything in the body. When I would say we are all of us in so much of stress always. You rightly said flight. I mean, I personally feel there are 4 F's, like fight, fright, flight, freeze, and on the top it's like fucked up. There are 5, but I don't usually choose the fifth one because people already know about it. Because these 4 issues which we have in the body uh, are the core issues which lead to every illness and disease. So I always tell everybody, this is a nice tip I would like to share. When you get up in the morning, before even putting your feet on the floor. Okay, few people have carpeted floors, few people have wooden floors, somebody has maybe a normal tiled or marble finished floor. Just keep your feet on the floor and first and foremost, just kiss your hand like this and tell yourself, body, I love you. Thank you for wearing me. Thank you for waking me up. And you are
That's,
safe.
yeah.
And then start your day. Then you can kiss anybody you desire to. You look at your pets, look at your family, look at your kids, your mobile. First, it is you, the spirit inside you desires honoring. We did not honor them. That is why we, we reach here, actually.
Yeah. I think it's also a form of self-love, right? Like the more you like and love your body and be grateful about it, the more I feel very amazing when I start my day with gratitude and really thanking my body. It just feels amazing, you know. I feel I could perform much more better that day.
Yes.
I try to do it every day. Sometimes I miss, but yeah.
Undoubtedly. This is how we honor because, see, understand. I would rather suggest everybody, you all must have a first aid kit in your house. And we have a pack which is like a family kit, which has all the products inside, which are very essential for as a first aid. And unfortunately, I lost my mother about 2 months back. So she was taken to the hospital for a brain stroke, and it was 4 when she was diagnosed with it, when the entire scan went. We lost her to certain other issues, but I was constantly working on the clot. And when I think third last day, when things were not great, so again they went through, how in hospitals there's a structured program in the corporate setup. So they said, ma'am, this is such an astonishing thing, and we wonder what you were using. But which was 4 it reduced, the brain clot reduced to 1.5 only with what you were using and putting on her head. We wonder what it was, because they will not listen to us, right? They will go, but the scans started speaking. And I have so many cases like this where I see there is a drastic change in the entire system. Of course, you have to have that faith, because they can
Yeah.
to ask everyone, when we sit on an aircraft, do we really know who the pilot is? We guys give our body, being, everything, the most precious self to the pilot, and we sit in the aircraft and there it goes without even thinking.
Yes.
Similarly, we go to the doctors in the same way, right? I don't disagree with that. I am totally on board with that. Allopathic gives you excellent diagnosis, and if your body is choosing allopathic, go ahead. These are man-made chemicals, and what we are discussing here, Shruti, is all natural. And
Yeah.
there is no way, which even it doesn't contain plastic. It has no sedate, it has no preservatives to put it into plastic containers as supplements also. It's a natural form. We have
Natural form. It's absolutely natural. Yes.
totally natural. I've seen people coming out of their bloating. I've seen people coming out of the cancer, autoimmunity disorders. I mean, the autoimmunity disorders mostly are generational, issues. Most of,
Trauma.
yeah, generational trauma hai, yeah, maybe they have, um, maybe it's a past life carryover. And everything has a solution. In autoimmunity disorders, we work on the entire nervous system.
Right.
Of course, essential oils are not prescribed for pregnant women, kids below 6 months, and
I was just about to talk to, like, can we use it on the children?
below 6 months, I don't suggest, because they have
Okay.
a natural rhythmic function of their hormones on the developing stage. So, essential oils, pure essential oils, work like rapid fire. Pregnant woman, no. A big, big no. Epilepsy cases, big, big no. Epilepsy cases, only there are particular oils which we work. Why? Because that's totally related to the neurosystem. So, and you
Right.
know what? I merge my astrology also sometimes with all this, seeing the current situation. Now, why we see, we have to actually, we have to go according to the pace of our current times. If honestly speaking, if Shri Krishna comes down this time, Shri Krishna is not going to wear a mukut and sit down and say, okay, hi Bharti, how are you? Kaisi hain aap? No, he is going to be in some corporate setup, right? With a nice setup of a coat and a pant and a tie. So we have to understand the system is largely coming from the past. It's all from the ancient wisdom. We actually adulterated everything, seeing the pomp show of what media is showing us, or maybe however we now people say organic, organic. पहले तो सब कुछ ही organic होता था,
Yeah.
right?
We are paying extra to get organic and natural stuff.
Anything you grow in your own nursery, at your own home, in your kitchen garden is organic.
Right.
Okay, so tell me, what else would like to share here?
So, people also please share your questions and I can always ask Bharti ji. And Bharti ji, one question I wanted to ask you about combining now. I've been using your essential oil that I have tons of essential oils. Can you combine us or can you use, like, I use abundance, I use the love a portion, and I would love to share it with everyone. Could you blend two oils together, or is it okay to use only one oil at one time? What are your suggestions about that?
You can use you can use in a span of almost about 10 to 15 minutes. I told you, na, it takes 60 seconds to go into your bloodstream. 60 seconds ke baad, over and out. You can use another blend, no big deal about it.
Okay.
The oils choose you because I'm telling you, it's energy medicine. You don't choose them. And
Mm-hmm.
our body is the biggest, body has a signal of antennas going on and they know where to put in what. Just be aware of it. It really works very well. आप 50 मिनट्स के क्रॉस करने के 15 मिनट्स भी क्रॉस मत कीजिए डजंट मैटर every 30 minutes you can use another blend. See, different blends are meant for different purposes. Love potion will just heal your heart center and your sacral chakra. You understand?
Yes.
Right? And other than that, if you are using something, what are you using? Love potion and the other one, which one did you say?
Abundance. Actually, I want to talk about abundance because it has changed my life. I'm gonna pick it up. Like, I have all your essential oils. I can show it to everyone. I'm not joking. This is love abundance. I love the sweet dreams also, and this is a love potion. I want to specify about these because everybody needs self-love and everybody needs abundance. What is all your energy collection about? Even evil eye. A lot of my clients here in US have taken evil eye and holy basil. So what could you, and of course, Pallavi is asking one question about the pain oil. I'm going to come about the pain. We'll talk about arthritis and stuff, other joint pains and stuff. But I want to specifically talk about the energy collection. Why is it important to use them?
I'm telling you because it is important because energy can't be seen. Energy is like air; it can just be felt. Now, as far as evil eye is concerned, understand sometimes they're very near and dear one. Not that they think ill of us, but we pick up awes from them. So I'll tell you something very interesting here. Supposedly somebody is planning for a baby, for example. Okay, the two friends were chatty buddy friends, right? From they have been into the kindergarten together and they grew together, the corporate setup, enjoying their life all this while. And then they think, okay, we'll have babies together. Now, whenever I conceive, I'll let you know and we'll have baby. And they are like so thick that they will confide in themselves and not even making their husbands important, that thick. So both of them, they knew that they're starting and planning. And um, one of them goes and rings the bell and say, hey, I have a news to share. So that best friend said, what? What happened? This is a real story I'm telling you. I don't want to go in much of details. Said, I have a good news. You know what? I'm pregnant. Yay. And the other one who's not yet got her news, the cycle is not over. She's the best friend. There will be a free situation. That free seat situation creates an awe. It's an inverted evil eye. Not that she's thinking wrong for her. No. But she freezes. That awe is a carryover. She got the news in 3 days that she's pregnant as well. But those 3 days, she had to go through the grind of, overthinking, judging, expectations, rejections, separations. I mean, havoc of emotions. Like total, I would call it the emotional turbulence. And that turbulence causes evil eye. Not that people think, of course, there are people who think like this. I mean, if we are not up to the frequency, we operating from higher frequency, we are aware of how to save ourselves from all the, glim and glitch of media and our informations. We are at the higher frequency, we will not pick it up. But generally, everybody does. Evil eye works on the level where you are not affected by anybody's, even your judgments. See, every state, though I'm not selling anything here, but every judgment is like constant state of judgment. When you are into constant state of judgment, that's also black magic. ये ऐसा है, she's like this, he's done this. Repeated affirmations, if can work for the best. Repeated affirmations or spellings, repeated again and again becomes a spell.
Yeah, I think whatever is repeated in your mind actually comes in your thoughts, then it becomes your words, then it becomes your energy, that's become your reality. Everything is so connected, right?
So evil eye works very well there. Aura protection works very well. Evil eyes for the entire house because that's in the diffuser form. And aura protection is for yourself. Like you can put it into your purse, you can take it at your work, at your desk, use it twice a day, where you know you have a very toxic environment of your office or maybe in the house or however. See, it's our essential moral duty to not let our aura leak. Aura is something, see, we all understand this is our physical body, right? This is our auric body, then it's etheric, then it is catheric, and after that it is our astral body, right? So kuch bhi aane se pehle it goes through the 3 4 layers of reaching out to us. Imagine it takes 3 4 layers till we get at the effect of it. So what helps here? Energy medicine. Energy medicine is essential oils. Of course, meditations, chanting, that really matters. But trust me, nobody has the time even to meditate nowadays. Everybody wants 2 minutes Maggi noodles. 5 drops, done, bean, and you are better. So that is where essential oils show up. And Love Potion is also a very good product. Trust me, people don't love themselves. That is why they land up into issues. Love Potion is
I completely agree with it.
Question. Acha, even I used to think, no, I really love myself. I really love myself. Bullshit. I never used to love myself. I never prioritized myself. And trust me, I didn't even listen to my body. Body cheek ke bolte the don't go out of the way. When you listen from your family or your friends, no, we never asked you to do that. You were doing it. Here, I'm not here to criticize anybody. I'm so grateful to each and every person in and around my family that today what I am doing, where I am, is all because of them. Because hadn't been they support to me and they forming my life into the way I am today and helping thousands of people to come out of the shit they are in. I'm very grateful to them. But then that's always like a antenna raising कि मैं कर क्या रही हूँ अपने साथ? So much of disrespect. I'm not even nurturing myself where I have to lead. I mean, lead, where will it lead to? Self love is so important. Self love अच्छा है तो आपका sacral अच्छा है, sacral अच्छा है तो आपका heart अच्छा है. They are
Right.
both connected. And when these two things are connected, I told you, kiss your hand in the morning. That clearly indicates your thyroid is also doing good. Your thymus is doing good. Your throat chakra is going good. जिनको thyroid है, they have no self love. जिनको
There's
thyroid
somebody just asked about
अच्छा
uh, hypothyroidism and also where to order these oils. We're going to share a link of the oils and also as a code where you'll get a discount. And whoever wants to reach out to Bharti ji, please do. I'll share all the details with
yeah,
all of you.
for customized blends, Shruti, you can get in touch with them because you know how it has to go about. That can be
Yeah.
delivered in.
So I'm going to send you, whoever is interested, I'll send you the form. You, we, because I like to, Bharti ji likes to see everything and then they customize the blends according to your
Then
problem. And
one thing I'd like to share what blends are available on our website or however and whatever blends we use, we always take in consideration about hypertension and diabetes. The blends are curated, they are diabetes safe and hypertension safe. Because understand, I just shared, eucalyptus is not a good idea for people who have high blood pressure. Peppermint is not a good idea for people who have high blood pressure or diabetes. Substitute for peppermint is spearmint. It's lighter. Eucalyptus substitute is cajeput. It's way lighter. Taking steam in cajeput oil is, especially with people who have high BP or maybe they have sugar, it works phenomenal. उनकी chest कभी खराब हो ही नहीं सकती. Humidifier.
honestly,
Yeah.
oh, I
So
had that blend, I never knew about it.
cajeput is like Marvelous. I'm telling you, in COVID days, I, you know, इंडिया में कुछ होता है तो पीपल एक्सटेंड हैंड अब करने वाला तो ईश्वर है गॉड इज काइंड हु एम आई एम जस्ट अ चैनल आई एम जस्ट अ मीडियम बट यू कांट इमेजिन द अमाउंट ऑफ lives were saved because of gadget put and boost immunity. I can't tell you in words.
Oh,
So
I'm sure.
especially colder regions like where you stay, 6 months it's cold.
Yes.
People
So
catch
no,
up.
and a lot of people take those blends for sure. Like a lot of people do take this blends.
You will never fall sick. You will never have allergies. Cajeput is so powerful. Eucalyptus is very good for people who do not have high BP or sugar. They can use eucalyptus. Not a big deal.
Okay, let's take some questions. One, okay, आप thyroid के बारे में there was one question about joint pain.
Okay.
There was
We
news
have,
for body pain. Body pain.
yeah,
What
but
specific body pain, Pallavi, if you could just type in, or Bharti ji, you want to take it in like,
she can
consideration?
happen also, but usually body pains only happen when we have internal emotional fatigue.
Okay, could you
And
explain?
yeah, see, we lock emotions into the body. They go deep into our, let me say, okay, let me give you an example. Stress, for example. There's an emotional stress. I would like to give an example here how. Supposingly, my my daughter has to travel, for example, and I'm aware my daughter is not feeling very great about her health, and I'm stressed. My daughter doesn't even know it. I'm stressed. Oh my God, she's to travel. Oh my God, she's to travel. I wish she was safe. I wish she lands the long travel. She's going from India to the US. I'm sure she'll be very uncomfortable. The child doesn't even know I'm taking stress, but that stress is locking in the body. The child will land up tired because the child was discomforted in the flight. Child could not sleep, yeah, ABCD, whatever factor. Child will land up there happy, gay after two days. Child will be fresh. The mother will be bad with pains because that entire pain locks in your body.
So
And
you mean the stress is related with any kind of body pain?
100%. Stress is the main cause of anything happening in your body. And other than that, people who have joint pains, that means their body is acidic. The body is not alkaline.
Arthritis, a lot of people have arthritis these days, especially women above 40 get these arthritis and joint pains, and above
Okay,
50. So,
I will share something very interesting with you. So, people who have this issue, we always check their gut first. Two
okay.
things, gut and sleep. If gut and sleep is good, right? Because every process of cleansing happens in the sleep time.
Mm-hmm.
कुदरत ने कुछ ऐसी चीजें बनाई हैं which you can't deny, right? आपकी पूरी बॉडी फंक्शन करती है when you are sleeping. The entire churning happens when you are in your deep sleep, in your
Right.
subconscious. So if the sleep is good, 7 to 8 hours, then we see the gut. We say, how's your gut doing? After that, I check the issue with the body, whether it is anything related to body pains or joint pains. That comes later. Because anybody comes to me, I simply go into the core issue. Core issue is your gut, core issue is your sleep. People who have this issue will have joint pains later or, you know, however in life. So,
Yeah.
so उसके लिए हमारे ये blends बहुत अच्छे हैं. They work on your core issues. I always suggest everyone, I mean, I'm suggesting you also, if anybody asks you कि मेरे joints में issue है, उसको happy tummy दो ही दो. उसका gut
Right.
तो थोड़े टाइम बाद joint pain के ऑयल की जरूरत ही नहीं रहेगी. बिकॉज सी जितना क्रॉनिक होता है हम उतना टाइम मांगते हैं एनी डिजीज इफ इट हैज टू रिवर्सल करना है यू हैव टू गिव इट सम टाइम मे बी somebody is having is just started with joint pains that's a very good idea you can immediately start and within 90 days you will see otherwise you know what doctors just land you up in steroids that's all
Yeah. And especially people take a lot of these antibiotics, which really hampers the gut, especially for body pain. एक क्रोसिन भी आप खाते हो, उसका जो side effect होता है, it's enormous. People just don't understand. They just pop the pill, and it's not. It's gonna just mess up with the gut lining and everything.
You know, I'm sure we have to understand one thing. Um, Anything which is man-made, anything which is man-made in chemical form is not gut friendly.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's
You
true.
know,
It can be
हम लोग
processed.
हाँ हम सब लोग इग्नोर कर देते हैं. Things work in a different manner, but it's fine. I think there's always a new start to everything,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah. And you know what? One very interesting thing: stress, anger, different forms of angers like suppressed, expressed, unexpressed, overexpressed, even they can be healed. Your stress, your anxiety, depression, loneliness, boredom, focus. There's so many things
What
which
about we just didn't focus on financial abundance?
oh,
Abundance.
yeah, our receive abundance oil is very good.
Okay, I can vouch for it. If you want my testimonial, please take it.
I would
Because
love to. You know,
yeah,
this blend is so phenomenal. People who have come out of debts using this, people have come out of, bun factories khulwa dete hain, boutiques which are not working. Because see, the blends which I use here are all based on Navgrah Puja. You do if you belong to Hinduism, we have a process of using Navgrah Puja where Panditji comes and puts in all amazing ancient herbs and different kinds of leaves when we do either a homa or a puja. So I use everything, all those oils in my blends. And trust me, I have seen people's life changing. Like it's not only money, it's like full toss abundance. And life,
yeah. I think for me, what I'm not kidding, but I when I started using abundance when I came to US and I had like, how do I start working? Like I had clients, but not that much. But now I'm like in demand over here. I have so many sessions, and I spoke to you about it that Receive Abundance is such an amazing oil, and and I specially use all your essential oils because I don't also want to use perfumes. They are chemical based, and your essential oils have just the right blends. They are they have such a beautiful fragrance, especially the love and the abundance. I love anyways using them, even if I'm just using it for as substitute to perfumes, right?
Thank you so much. No, no, I make personalized perfume. I'll show one. I'll show you. This is a very personalized perfume right here. This is my perfume for my own self. So I keep using this. I make this in ethanol and only with essential oils. And this is like when I have to take a session, or maybe I'm working from lower frequency. This is my go-to thing. I do it instead. This is made out of the same blends of receive abundance. So I use this very often. Very
Amazing.
often.
Amazing. Okay, there's another question about thyroid. So, you have this special collection of the chakras. Let's go into that. Throat chakra. Uh, I believe we give throat chakra for thyroid
Yes,
correction.
we do. Because, see, understand, uh, personally speaking, throat chakra denotes orange. Okay. And our blend of thyroid also and throat chakra, we have orange, mandarin, these kinds of essential oils in it, right? Orange as a color also. Orange as a fruit also. It actually helps us to express ourselves. It makes us confident. Thyroid issue उन्हीं को होता है hypo या hypo. People, first of all, who delay their breakfasts. When they get up and there's a huge difference between, I mean, in the initial days, I'm talking, in the initial days, not in the midlife, but they have ignored their body, especially in the mornings, right? So most of it. And secondly, with women, thyroid is very popular. I will request issue shows up when you do not express yourself. You're curbed, or you are amongst people who have a nature of gaslighting or narcissist behavior. I'm sorry, I'm not getting personal here, but still, I would like to share this very important thing. Start loving yourself. Thyroid वायरस सब ठीक हो जाएगा. हम प्यार नहीं करते हैं ना इसलिए ऐसे होता है.
Absolutely. I think also a lot of issues for thyroid, it's like the hormones go haywire. Most of the women I've seen over here, like I actually used one of my this thyroid oil. Also, obviously, I changed the lifestyle and detox and everything. But mainly because this girl, she's like 21, 22, Frimi, her name is, and she showed a TSH of in that age, and she was about to marry at around 17, 18. Like, what the hell? And she didn't want to go to the doctor. So, of course, we started working with her with terms of diet. And I also give this, believe me, her thyroid, the TSH came to in a level of, I think, 1 point something or 2, something like that. Yeah. So, why do women get, of course, communication is one of the major things. Also, people have started using a lot of plastic, which is an endocrine disruptor. And thyroid is very sensitive. If you have certain microplastics, you have to stop using it. I just wanted to give this very important tip because I've seen a lot of miracles happen when people stop avoiding plastic.
Yes, I totally. You have to make changes at every level, Shruti. It's very essential. It's not whatever is not contributing to our body is not meant for us. So
Yeah,
thyroid definitely is an alarming issue where your hormones get imbalanced, and purposely throat chakra works very well. But thyroid ke liye, I always prefer giving a customized blend because trust me, the results show up better. Things become better in span of almost about 6 months. और अगर start है, then तो nothing like it. It works wonders.
right. Okay, another question is about cancer.
Yeah.
Uh, which oil is best for cancer patients? So, Shubha, if you can give me the permission, I can share which kind of cancer you're talking about. I think breast cancer.
So there are various blends actually. You can't just stick on to one oil. There are various blends. Yeah.
Breast meds to liver.
So there are various oils which we have to make a blend because see here again, even if you have breast, see understand sacral when it comes to the part where your sacral and your solar gets affected, you create these kinds of cells. You activate these kinds of
Sacral and the solar. Okay.
because gut सही नहीं है, emotions सही नहीं है, secretion comes from breast and the vaginal juices. You're not happy
Okay.
with sexual life. You're not having the space. Even if you say, "Oh, I don't want it," no, 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 it's all right. Still, your body requires it. We are humans. When you don't have, I wonder where this is going to go. But orgasm is very important for the human body. We are not sages here, we are normal humans, right? And when you're not fulfilling those requirements, your body will get affected. And then we lead to, emotion. I'm mentioning it again. Cancer per se, the cause of cancer is only the core cause is your emotions, nothing else. Your relationship issues, your suppression. And if you work on that along with oils or maybe yogic activities, or maybe you choose to meditate, be present to your situation, be more aware of what are you picking up as an emotion from outside you. Work on that. That's the first thing we do. Later comes everything. Of course, oils do help you. And there are multiple oils, it's not one. That is why we've
I
curated.
think our cancer blends are very great, like the ones you created for Awaana. Anybody who wants to pick it up. I don't know whether Shwangi can show the pictures over here or not, but they are Bharti ji has created that to work on the physical aspect and the mental aspect. So I think they are a great blend. And if anybody who wants to pick it up, I'm anyways going to put the link of filling a form. All of y'all, whoever is joining this webinar, thank you so much. Please fill the form in the group, and I'm going to share it with Bharti ji, and then we you can order the oils at her website, or she will create a special blend for you, and we'll of course share the pricing, and you can Bharti ji, they can transfer it to you, or whatever we can work. We'll see how it whatever is convenient for them.
They are all close to you, so you can, I mean, of course, they know you well. You can just go through the client form because the cancer blends are not available on my website. That I
Yeah,
curate for you and my personal clients.
right.
So, and other than that, we always work on the post chemos and radiations and pre chemos and radiations. Because if in case if somebody is not choosing to go in for chemo and radiations, then the blends are different. Then we will
Yeah.
not choose to.
Okay, she's giving us a preview on the cancer blends. The picture is, I actually took this picture. So there are blends, I think four blends, and उसका process है, कब use करना है, कैसे use करना है. It's working on the gut, working on use for cancer cells, detox the body, emotional healing, maintenance blends, reduce the side effects of chemotherapy and further relapse. Very important, very, very important. That fourth blend, Bharti ji, you have also used a lot of essential oils after you cured your cancer, right? So, why is it important to use this? Because a lot of people have side effects of maybe they are taking, tamoxifen or other kind of drugs, of the HRT, the hormone replacement therapies. So, if you could put the light on that, on the blends which is used for especially to curb the side effects of those drugs.
Yeah, definitely. Because once you are into the process of getting your chemos and your radiations done, and you are healed, and you've been told that you are cancer free, for example, with God's grace, you are cancer free. We go back and forth to the same process of lifestyle, same people around. You're not flushing yourself out of that family, right? Or maybe that environment, maybe or maybe not. We go back to where we come from. Maintenance is very important. It is as simple as when you do a weight loss plan, you require maintenance through your diet and supplements, right?
Right.
And your workouts, definitely. The same goes with this also. You have to do the maintenance part. Why? Because chemos, after chemo, but of course, being at a space where you are highest of your frequency, then you don't fall prey to any kind of illness or terminal illness, any disease. If you are not into the space, you operate from lower emotions, lower frequency, low vibrations. Your environmental energy is very low in frequency. Maybe you have a lot of toxicity around you. Whatever your karma baggage is, whatever your soul's plan is, guys, एक बारी धक्का लग जाता है. It's not very important for us to get trapped into again and fall into the well. Maintenance is very important. In every aspect, maintenance is very important. So it is very well said that prevention is better than cure. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I
So
completely agree with this.
so I suggest everybody don't reach a space where I have to share something with. And Shruti, you know that I took your suggestion also about supplements when I was going through that fever thing. And you know the best part was my whole family was after my like PET scan karana hai, ye karna hai, फिर से कुछ हो तो नहीं है, all that stuff because my fever was not getting off. And trust me, when I used to tell them, PET scan कराओ, कुछ करवाओ, I am cancer free. Cancer is not my reality. मुझे कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. And trust me, कुछ भी नहीं निकला उसमें. PET scan में everything was so cool and so sorted. So it is very important for us to claim our power. When you don't
Yeah,
claim power, you just fall prey to everybody's point of views. And you are the
I agree because when I refused radiation, everybody was after my life. डॉक्टर्स एंड एवरीथिंग कि नहीं रेडिएशन तो कराना ही पड़ेगा, इतना था थर्ड स्टेज, ये नहीं कराओगे। फियर बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट, जो आपने बोला ना, फियर से जो ऑपरेट लोअर फ्रीक्वेंसी जो ऑपरेट करता है, यू विल get into that trap. So it's important for you to empower yourselves. And trust me, not as she said, not everybody can do meditation. I took a year off and I really worked on my mindset. Not everybody wants to do that. But you can do certain things, like that's what we teach, and that's why essential oil, that's why I wanted to do the webinar, because I benefited and I saw the benefits on my clients, and that's why I told Bharti ji, let's do it, because the great good products, good way of living life, or at least not getting in like preventive things, preventive strategies should be a part of our life. And essential oils are great preventative care, not only preventative but also alternative. So if somebody, especially for cancer, if somebody has gone through cancer and really wants, they are still in that fear mindset, because क्या होने वाला है पता नहीं, अभी बॉडी में कैंसर हो गया एक बार, बिकॉज एंड दैट यू हैव टू गो टू, वो सेम रिपीट होता है, डॉक्टर्स बोलते हैं पेट स्कैन कराओ, मैमोग्राम्स कराओ, ये कराओ, वो कराओ, बट empower yourself with all of these things and you will see the shift, the mindset shift, that you don't need, and you will get very intuitive. I'm not giving you any bobo gyan, but it is very true that you get very deep intuition when you work on yourself, work on your mindset, and these are all different strategies to work with.
So, like I would say that cancer can be seen as the body's last and the final cry for love and attention.
That's so true.
And trust me, healing is not always medical. It's emotional, it's spiritual, and it is energetic.
Absolutely.
So when we work on these areas, it really starts reflecting very soon. And I've seen miracles happening where I've seen that people go through their own self rejection, their inner conflicts, their overgiving, their self neglect. And sometimes when we don't even forgive people around us, then also we cause activation in the cells. Sometimes it's hopelessness, sometimes it is helplessness. There's so many things, Of course, anger, grief, and deep hurt is different. But these all things actually play a very important role. So when your emotional self is healed, your physical health has to be healed. So I
Right.
request everybody, and I'm please look after your emotional self. Your emotional self is healed. You are hale and hearty, and you don't require me and Shruti. Trust me, you guys are potent enough to handle your life your way. But until then, I would say please try working on yourself either ways, either physical and especially when you work on your emotional being, things are sorted in your world.
Awesome. Great. Any other last questions? I think we run over time, but any other questions anybody would like to say?
I think everybody is just sipping in to process.
Yeah, a lot of information.
Yeah, certainly.
Lot of information, but great. Bharti ji, any last words? And then we can wrap up quickly.
Yes, I would tell everybody to start loving yourself until
Yes,
you have the body, until there is a transition for the next journey. Love yourself. You are your priority. Nobody is above you. If you don't take care of yourself, how would you fly an aircraft? If you can't take care of yourself, how would anybody else take care of you?
that's so true.
So just love yourself, keep yourself on priority. The rest will follow. I'm not telling you to just not look after others. Please do that. Unconditional love is a beautiful expansion of your heart center. But you are your priority. If you are not honoring the spirit within, you're not honoring the body which the spirit is wearing. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no point going to God or universe and idols and say, I love you. They will say, we don't require your love. We require you to love yourself. Start loving yourself, and your world will change.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Bharti ji, so much for joining us. And thank you, all of you. It really means a lot. And I hope you enjoyed the webinar. This webinar is going to go live also on different channels. And please share it with other people you think they need essential oils. I'm going to share in the group, and really empower yourself. As she said, truly, the mantra for the week would be love yourself as much as you can, and use the essential oils. And I'm going to share all the details of the essential oils in our group. Please fill the form and send it to us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Shruti.
Thank you, Bharti ji. So much delightful always to talk to you.
Same as you. I think it's mutual feeling. Thank you so much, Shruti. We look forward to more and spread more awareness as much as we can.
Absolutely, we'll do some other. If you like the session, please comment. If you would like Bharti ji to come back, Bharti ji, also I will share your Instagram, and I hope you're starting the podcast. So whenever you have that, we'll share it with everyone.
So we can always come up with something very interesting like chakra series, and I'm willing to work on that with you in case if people desire, because everything actually is a subline of um, either blocked or overworking chakras. So once people understand the dynamic of how energy body operates, it's very easy to heal the physical body,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharti ji. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you. See you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the knowledge fulfilling session.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shivangi.
Thank you, Shivangi. Thank you, Pallavi, Anandita, Shubha, Namisha, for joining us and staying till the end. I hope that means you enjoyed the session.
Soulful thanks to all of you. Rafa.